Hello, my name is Shaun Kapoor,
My name is Aki Sakayama.
My name is Nicholas Lai.
and today we're going to present Barnes & Nobles.
Alright, so Barnes & Nobles is the largest retail bookseller in the United States. It was founded in 1873 and has college bookstores throughout the United States. It also contains many cafes within their bookstores and also in college stores. The stock price is, their stock symbol is BKS. Their price share is $23.16 and their market cap is $1.5 billion. So right here we have our recommendation. We're going to short this company. Why are we going to short this company? Because bookstores are becoming obsolete, if you guys have noticed. As of right now, technology hasn't got to the point where we can replace books completely, but we are going to that stage within these few years. So the year-over-year revenue is negative 6.6%, and they're also changing their store locations throughout the United States. They have added 30 new store locations and also taken out 30 store locations.
Their revenue model, that is B2C, business to consumer model, says that the basic revenue sources are the college stores. They have shifted their entire focus from the general markets to the college stores, and they're trying out different things to see what works for them. They started to invest in books, not only just books and textbooks, but also CDs. Next. The key metrics. Two of the most important key metrics are same-store sales growth and new store additions. So we can see that the same store, there's a negative same-store sales growth, which means they're losing business and customers. They've added 30 new stores, but they also closed down the 30 more stores, which means that they have tried to relocate the stores from one position to another.
And then they have 600 store in college and 600 store in for normal stores. And this is our this is their top competitors. So, they just bankrupt Borders. I mean, like a few months ago, I guess. And then also Amazon, which is a book selling giant, and they are now opening the real store, which they maybe be a competitor for them. But then this is the bookcase. I think this is good to have a hard store because we need books there, so we can replace them by ebooks. And they still have niche market, although they go down, and also although these books and industry goes down, still they probably be the top player for this industry. And the 2013 they had negative 197.5 million income. Also they have negative income for 2012 and 2011. However, they have positive $66.6 million income 2014. So this is good thing for them. And also, I think that if they change their management, then they probably go more than the same books. So in that case, they will do better.
So this is one of the most important part of the presentation because we intend to short the company. The bear case. The industry is dying down, which is evident from the fact when I last went to Costco. About 5 years ago when I went to Costco, I saw that the Costco had a huge stores for lots of books and a huge area for those books. But right now they're just decreasing. So that means that people are focusing more on ebooks and Kindles instead of the regular textbooks. The ebooks, tablets, nooks are one of the things which are under the bear case. Also, Amazon Prime has a 2-day shipping, so which is really attractive to all the people, and especially the college students because it's free for the first year. They have Amazon Prime, which is free for the college students for the first year. So that means that you can get your book delivered to you in 2 days, which is awesome. The current assets of the company is decreasing, which means that they might be selling out of their books, which they keep, and that which means that there is more cash influx in the company. Liabilities are fluctuating, and short-term and long-term debt and retained earnings are decreasing.
So, in conclusion, they have potential spin-offs on college books. So right now they're deciding between their spin-offs on between the Nook and college bookstores. So they're trying to take that out of Barnes and Noble. The United States has the largest book selling. Okay, they are the largest book selling store in the United States, and so because of that, they're going to be targeted. Even though they're going to be the bookstore selling industry is going to be obsolete, they're still going to have a niche market. They're going to be such as like Rasputin, where they have tapes and vinyl, CDs, and they're going to still have that niche market where people still go there and buy books, even though you can buy books on Amazon. Last but not least, they have a negative year-over-year revenue in 2014 of the fourth quarter, which shows that they don't have any potential in growing, which they don't have any further potential in growing. And so we're going to short this company.
One of the reasons why their retained earnings are decreasing is because of the fact that they're putting all their money into new store additions and they're relocating the money. So that means opening new stores, and opening the new stores means that they have to invest a lot in the infrastructure of those stores. Thank you.
Okay, so great analysis. That's what I'm gonna say. One thing you guys can work on is definitely presentation. That's one thing. And don't be too hard on yourself, because like presentation is like it's a skill that you have to sort of acquire for the next few years. But it's something that you just practice. Like now you're taking a speech class, right?
Yeah.
And you're eventually going to get to a place where you're really comfortable speaking in front of big crowds, even if you're not from this country. Because that's what my position was, where that I was foreign. When I came over here, I was like, oh fuck, people are gonna make fun of my accent, So not the only thing is that I don't know the norms, so I don't know what to say and stuff like that. And slowly you'll get integrated to wherever you are. And this whole market, you're gonna be very comfortable speaking that light. But another thing is that you guys very well proportioned time in between you two. I actually counted how many times each of you spoke, and it was exactly the same as the other one. I think you had one more than somebody else, but you guys spoke per slide at a good amount. That's really good to note, and always do that. It's teamwork, right? I can see all three of you know this company. That's good. That's really, really good. You did all your research. Analysis was my favorite, okay? Because that's where you're going to excel in front of other analysts, right? If you're also looking, if you tell me, like, can you go to the conclusion real quick? So conclusion, right? I like the conclusion because you said, okay, potential spin-off in college bookstores, right? That's one of the things that I'm looking at, because you're looking into what they're going to do in the future, How will this affect them? If I were to ask you right now, just a little like analysis on what's going to happen. If they spin off college bookstores, what do you think is going to happen to Barnes & Noble?
Well, they have the college bookstores. They have 752 throughout the United States, which is 24%. They hold 24% of the college bookstores in the United States. So if they spin off, then they won't have that market. So they'll just be. They have around 500 stores right now, Barnes & Noble. So they won't be able to hold.
Holy shit! That is some good analysis, right? If somebody were to ask, that's the question that'll come up, right? Next time you can put it in your presentation, but it's good to note that what's going to happen if this spins off? If this spins off, what's going to happen. They're going to lose the market of. They're only 20% of that, 24% of that college book market. If they expand there, they can. There's a whole lot more potential, right? That's 76% more that they can gain from stealing from the competitors, right?
One of the biggest reasons why we think that this might work in the short term but not in the long term is because college students are smart and they will only go to what's the cheapest, which we see that Amazon Prime is working on getting 4-hour shipping back from 2-day shipping. So if you can get a textbook in 4 hours, and that's pretty awesome, like I can just get it. Also, college students will not go all the way. They would prefer to get it by them.
That's true. That's a valid point to make, right? Because I was thinking before, okay, Amazon's not too much of a competitor. People like to have these bookstores in store. You know, biggest market. Guess who buys more bookstores than college students?
Old people.
What's that?
Old people.
No. You're thinking about the universities, right? Do the universities have bookstores?
Yeah,
They do. Do they have to buy the textbook that they're going to teach that year?
sometimes. Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, but the
They
thing is,
have
it
to.
doesn't have to be Barnes and Noble.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be Barnes and Noble, but they can buy it straight from the guys, right? You can buy it straight from the people. So yeah, they can get. They usually actually don't get it from Barnes and Nobles, right? Nobody, not a university, gets it from Barnes and Noble. My point is just there's a lot of ways it could come in. So college bookstores could also be dying industry, like I mean a dying portion of the company. One thing that I want to look at is the Nook. What do you think is the usefulness of the Nook? What do you think if that spins off? Do you think it's going to be successful on its own?
So it's we created it just like the newspaper industry. Just like the newspaper industry died down, and people are more shifting towards the mobile applications. Like I have 3 applications for news, which tell me, but I hardly buy the newspaper. The only time I see a newspaper is when I go to Starbucks, and that's why I think that these textbooks might not be.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good analysis. But also, you have to think like the Nook, right? Why do people go to Nook if there's an iPad? Why do people go to Nook if there's other like cool things? And you got to think like, is the CEO staying with Barnes and Noble? Or is he going with Nook?
It's a new CEO.
It's a new CEO for.
They brought him in like 2 years ago. I think the other CEO. they
Oh,
took him
shit.
in. Yeah.
I
something
didn't know
like
that.
So something about their management.
So that might be a change of direction for them, right? That's why they're spinning off one of these stores. And have they already spun off? Not yet.
No.
Okay, so they
There's
just
a
have
lot of news talking about it for the past 2 years.
Okay, all right. Because the past CEO was really passionate about books. I know that. I know the guy started that from bottom up, but I don't know what happened the last 2 years. It's crazy. So largest selling bookstore. Yeah, they're the last. Borders is gone. Amazon, I was surprised. The information you put out there, Amazon's putting out real stores now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I heard about that.
That's
Okay.
in New York.
New York?
Yeah.
There's already a store in New York. It's
That's
a small
it.
one.
Okay,
Then
so
the
in
last
terms
one.
of like in terms of platforms, right? The platform of the Nook is why it's important. So many people already put into the platform of Nook. That's why it exists. It doesn't exist because it's a nice tablet, right? It sucks. It sucks ass, right? So you just have to think like, why are they going? It's because of the platform. How long do they have on that platform? Not so long. So a good metric to look at their growth also is to look, are they lessening their content on the Nook? Is it getting less? Because they're not talking about it anymore. I don't see that in their statements anymore. Like how much content they have, like how many books and whatever. If they're getting less content on their books, you can for sure say Nook is going to die. That's why they don't put it up there probably, because it's a bad metric. Negative year-over-year revenue, that is a valid point. Super big. First of all, if it's decreasing revenues and it's also decreasing earnings, that's bad. But it is increasing earnings, right? Why do you think it's positive this last year? Earnings. I don't know. But why do you think? Because it's positive
Because
last year, right?
they changed the management, so
So the management could have done something to increase revenue. Okay. Did they acquire anything the past year? Do you remember? Or did they?
Also, they focused on decreasing the expenses.
Oh, that's what they did. They got rid of a bunch of expenses. I'm actually sure now. Now I know. It's actually those stores, right? Cut off the other stores, started new ones. That should have cost a lot more expensive for them, but maybe they put it down as capital versus expenses.
Yeah.
And then they have a better net income, right? That's a bad sign for them, right? If you were a good accountant, you'd be able to see, okay, these guys are fixing their numbers, or they're valuing something at something else because they want to make sure that the net income looks good. Because that's what people look at, earnings. So good. So overall, great presentation, good analysis. Again, it's a presentation skill that you guys have to worry about. Also, your conclusion, it has to have something. You have to say, okay, we are going to short this. That's your conclusion, right? Your conclusion is you're going to short this because of these reasons. That's it. You just have to say, I'm going to short. Right now, tomorrow, we're going to wait till 4 years, but we're going to start shorting now till the next 4 years. We believe it's going to go back.
We believe that we're going to short it for a long time, or a longer period.
Okay, so make sure to be clear about the time horizon, right? Always, always, always. Because you don't have to put a time horizon on if you're buying a company, but if you're shorting one, that's important to note because you're borrowing shares, right? You're borrowing shares to short. That's important to note. And that takes a long time. And there's still, if this company pays dividends, they're entitled to the dividends, not you. So they have to get their shares back. Sorry, that doesn't matter. But what's important is you know that you're borrowing shares for a long amount of time. You have to pay taxes on that. You have to pay for it for owning it, right? So watch out for those. And pretty much all in all, a good presentation. Next one will definitely be more amazing than this. You guys are already on uphill for all of you guys. Okay, so congratulations.